Hello and welcome to Let's Talk. Today we're here with Sheriff Scott Israel of the Broward County Sheriff's Office, and we're going to talk about a very interesting program that I hope will interest you. How are you doing, Sheriff?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a very important subject and absolutely my pleasure. The program is called the Civil Citation Program.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about it.
Well, the Civil Citation Program is a state of Florida program. It's run through our state statutes. And basically what it says is if a police officer or a deputy anywhere in the state of Florida comes in contact with a juvenile, and the juvenile can get arrested for a misdemeanor, and
It's a misdemeanor, not non-felony charges only.
Absolutely. If guns are involved, weapons, it's not applicable.
Right.
It's a misdemeanor. If the juvenile has committed a misdemeanor and can be arrested for that, and it's the juvenile's first offense, the juvenile can be placed in a civil citation program, which means they go and get help in one of four areas.
It gives them a second chance.
It does. It does. Great way of putting it. And it allows them to not have a record. So we're not chasing them around the rest of their lives. They can get jobs. They can be police officers and go into the military, or just compete on a level playing field with other young men and women who might not have been in trouble. We don't let small blips on the radar, impact
ruin a
their
kid's life forever.
Exactly. So the child gets help in narcotics, alcohol, mental health, anger management. And the critical thing about this program, and what makes it so unique and so excellent, is the child has to go with a sponsor, a mom, a dad, a grandparent, an aunt, a coach. So what the child learns is being reinforced in the home.
That's such an important piece of this puzzle.
Yeah, and if the child successfully completes the program, the incident goes away like it never happened. So the child doesn't have this record. And because of what we've done right here in Broward County and how important I've made the civil citation program, I was the only sheriff in the state of Florida who made it mandatory for my deputies to put these kids in a program and not arrest them, because it's optional. The police officer can put them in the program or arrest them and bring them to juvenile court. We don't do that. First offense, they must go into the program. And the results have been remarkable. The recidivism rate in Broward County for adults is 64%. That's to say 64% of all our people who get out of jail go back into jail within about 3 years. And sadly, a lot of the times it's for the same crime they went in for in the first place.
So they didn't learn anything.
They didn't learn anything. In the civil citation program, the recidivism rate is 5%. These kids aren't coming back. And that's great. And one of the people ask me all the time, why? And I don't really know why, but
because the program works.
Yeah,
that's
and
why.
For the first time in their lives, a lot of these kids, you and I spell love L-O-V-E, but these kids, the young kids, they don't spell love L-O-V-E. They spell it T-I-M-E. And for the first time, they have a person that's spending time with them, teaching them life skills, caring about the youngster. And because of the success that I've had with the program and what we've done right here at the Broward Sheriff's Office, on October 1st of last year, the program was expanded statewide within the legislature from 1 to 3 mistakes. Now the kid gets 3 bites of the apple for misdemeanor crimes, crimes that are misdemeanors, and they could go to the program 3 different times.
And the program lasts for them how long?
Depending on their parameters, depending on it's geared towards a specific person, but it usually goes from 45 days and it can go up to and including about 90 days.
So that seems like enough. What do they do in this program?
Well,
what do they have to do?
It depends on what their issues are, why they went into the program in the first place. They go through the county. Broward County vets these programs, and then they'll go in, like I said, the specific program might be for just drugs, might be just for alcohol. It could teach them about anger management. It could get them help on the mental health side.
No. I mean, what do they have to do? Do they have to do community service? Do they have?
Each program is geared differently. It would depend on there's 1,000 ways the program could go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. as I said, as soon as the state mandated that it can go from 1 to 3, 7 days later, I signed into policy on the Broward Sheriff's Office that we'll give these children 3 bites of the apple, and the program it's just, fantastic. We take a holistic...
The last thing we want is for young people to grow up to be older people in jail.
Right, and sometimes sending a young kid to jail for a misdemeanor, all it does is kind of send him into a jail college where he comes out and learns how to be better at his trade. So we want him on the outside with parents, with teachers,
get him
with
early.
mentors. Yes, and bring him back into the fold.
And you know what? As a side effect, what happens is they get great respect for a police person.
Yeah, the interaction we have. We can't talk about any of the specific kids because they do
Yeah.
come to, the rules are the rules, the laws are the laws. But I wish I could tell you some of the stories. But the kids, they come out to events. They walk up to me, with their mom, with their dad. Sheriff, thank you for allowing me to go through the program. And they tell me what they're doing now. And
Isn't that rewarding?
It's the best. It really is the
Sure,
best.
of course.
It's the best.
I like this program. So anything that will help children stay on the right road
Yeah.
is an important thing.
Yeah, one of our missions at the Broward Sheriff's Office since I became sheriff is I choose to measure our success by the kids we're able to keep out of jail, not the kids we put in jail. There are people that, quite frankly, need to be incarcerated, but these are the violent criminals in our society.
Yeah, not these kids.
No.
They do things, kids being kids will always do things that are walking the line a little too close.
Exactly. It's a lot harder to be a kid today when you and I grew up, and there were so many distractions and so many different things, social media and things that we never even imagined.
It's true.
It's just a different world. But at the end of the day, if we could give a kid a second, third chance not to go to jail and to have a fruitful life, we become a better society. First of all, we don't have to pay $50,000 a year to incarcerate
Absolutely.
The kid. And
Nobody even thinks of that.
nobody thinks of that, right? Exactly.
It's an important part, too.
It's a very important component, very important.
Yeah. So I wish you great luck with this program.
Yeah, well,
And I would love every city to have that kind of, every city has a choice.
Yes, it's every city, every county.
They all can have it.
Right. It's like I said, it's a mandated statewide program under state statute. The wording in the civil citation law says may. So it says the deputy or the police officer may issue a civil citation. I changed may within our policies to shall. So as long as
So
the
it's
child
mandatory.
It's mandatory. And it's working. So I hope a lot of, if anybody's watching, I hope, some sheriffs or police chiefs might at least consider it, and it's been phenomenal. We'll share all our data.
Is it expensive to operate?
There's no expense at all. The programs are the programs. The kids go through go to the program, and regardless of what the cost factor is, isn't it cheaper than having a kid be the criminal for the rest of his life and he getting incarcerated and us paying $50,000 a year to incarcerate him, or have him stealing and robbing and pillaging? We're looking for less victims. We're looking for a safer society, and this is the way to do it.
It definitely is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sheriff. I think you should be very proud of this program.
We are. Thank you. And again, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
I want everybody out there in Pembroke Pines to know about it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining us today in this interview with Sheriff Scott Israel. And if you know anybody who is on the brink of doing the wrong thing, nonviolent, non-felony crime, get in touch with the Broward Sheriff's Office. Maybe they can help. Thank you.